Here are 5 things I learned from How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Number 1. Live in day-tight compartments. So you had a bad day at work. Maybe you fell out with your boss, dealt with a rude client, or made a mistake that made you look foolish. All you can think about is what might happen tomorrow. Will I make a complaint? Will I humiliate myself again? Will I get fired? It's easy to fall into a downward spiral of negativity, worrying about all the bad things that can happen next. Picture yourself on a ship and there's a leak and water's coming in. Ever wondered how a ship stays afloat when it's got a breach? The answer is compartmentation. Ships are designed in separate compartments, so that in the event of one section of the vessel being compromised, it can be sealed off, preventing the water from flooding the rest of the ship, thus keeping it afloat. If the ship didn't have separate compartments, the ship would sink rapidly. Worrying can act in a similar way. If you let something negative in one aspect of your life bleed into another, things can get out of hand and take over, and suddenly you'll find yourself underwater. Today is a new day. Cut your losses from yesterday and make a fresh start today. Number 2. Analyze your fears. The Stoics call this premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evil. It involves writing down your worries and imagining the worst possible thing that could happen.
And what about losing all your money? Or shitting yourself in public? Or the tabloid press mistakenly outing you as a pedo? Or Alzheimer's? Or all of those things plus you're drowning?
Now then, if you're watching this in most of the world, it's unlikely the answer is death to most of your outcomes.
I'll be shot for this! Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out before.
And if it is, well, you won't be around to worry about it anyway. You can find another job, you can recover from going bankrupt, you will find another partner. There's always a way to improve a situation. And if there isn't, then it's not worth worrying about in the first place. It's good to plan contingencies, and so that you're mentally prepared for things to go wrong. But once you've prepared, there's nothing more for you to do. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. But what if this happens? If there's something you can do about it, then you have your answer. You know what you will do and don't need to worry about it. If there's nothing you can do about it, then learning to accept whatever will come will serve you well. And besides, in most cases, it's never as bad as you think it will be. Reality is bounded by limitations. Your imagination, on the other hand, knows no limit to how bad things can be. Number 3. Do activities that bring you joy and minimize what brings you stress. Make a note of all the things you do during the week and note when you feel at your happiest. It could be working out, when you're doing a hobby, spending time with a loved one or pet. Often the case will be that a minority of activities or people cause the majority of happiness and stress in your life. Aim to spend more time doing the things that make you happy and minimize, or if possible, cut out completely what causes you stress. If you feel bad after doom scrolling social media, then get a screen time management app and swap the scrolling for some fresh air outside. If you know you get stressed running late for work, then wake up earlier and save yourself the daily uncertainty of whether you'll arrive on time. If you're happiest when you're with your loved one, try and schedule some quality time together. Or if you're apart, take the time to call each other. A 2-minute phone call can be the boost you both need. Number 4. Live in the present moment. Thomas Carlyle wrote, "Our business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand." Being present in the current moment connects you to the world and the people around you, allowing you to fully appreciate your surroundings and enjoy an experience. This doesn't mean don't make plans for the future or live fast, die young, but rather to commit your attention to the task at hand. There will be a new project at work, a new issue in your relationship, a new bill to pay, a new crisis to respond to. But for now, the priority is what is in front of you right now, because the issues you have now will also be there later if you just spend your time worrying about future problems. You can cross that bridge when you come to it. This thinking can also help with procrastination. Breaking the task down into something manageable you can do right now will allow you to make a start instead of being too intimidated by the future. You don't need to wash the dishes, just rinse your glass out. You don't need to write your dissertation. You just need to open your computer and write a sentence. You don't need to sell 5,000 units this month. You just need to sell one now. What you'll find is when you focus on what's in front of you, suddenly the task is not so intimidating and you'll want to carry on chipping away until it's done. Number 5. Get busy. We have more leisure time now than at any point in history. Yet we're more anxious than ever. Maybe there's some correlation there, I don't know. Having more time to think about our problems isn't necessarily a good thing though, especially if it encourages a negative feedback loop that keeps us in a rut. Immerse yourself in something productive, learn a new skill, start your own personal project, set some goals, anything that helps you shift your attention away from worrying. This doesn't mean avoid your problems, but worrying about your problems isn't providing solutions either. Do something productive with your time and you'll feel all the better for it. Also, shifting your attention from yourself to other people is a great way to stem the anxiety. Try volunteering in a community, or mentoring a new colleague at work, or do something to surprise your partner. The knowledge you're making a positive difference will draw your attention away from yourself and break the negative feedback loop. It's so tempting to withdraw and look inward when full of anxiety and worry. But the solution is to look outward, not in. Giving yourself a purpose, beginning in yourself, will help frame your worries in perspective. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button.